What is good, cutty people, and welcome back to the channel. It's your boy bobbalambeats. And in today's video, we're talking about a potential Travis Scott biter, one of the biggest ones in history, or not actually, because we may have found out more information from the literal artist that the snippet came out from in their Instagram story. But I just have to say, after finding out this information, maybe they shouldn't have teased it and acted like it was them or that it was Travis Scott, not letting anybody know. You can't blame me or anybody else for thinking you're biting Travis Scott, especially when, I don't know, you got like 2K followers, something like that. Okay. And like one song out, come on. And that's no hate, because I'm actually cool with one person in this group of people that this Travis Scott bite is from, and then one person kind of like came back at me, got a little flustered out here. But anyway, let's get into it. For a new snippet has surfaced. It was in the Travis Scott subreddit. That's how I found it originally, in which you can clearly hear a Travis Scott, "It's lit," or like, "Yeah." I can't do it, but add a bunch of reverb to that. But then when the actual verse came on, or the chorus, or just the regular vocals, it did not sound like Travis Scott. It was like a little higher. It kind of sounded like an 88 glam mixed with Travis Scott, but definitely that lane of like vocal engineering. It's hard to explain, so let's just listen to it together.
No lies, but you wanted the truth. I'm finding my mood. Too high to fuck with my crew. Might tell that story about how I almost lost my mind. Two bad bitches coming at me one at a time. Please let me go down, baby, for the night. Jeez, I might throw down, baby, cause you got.
Now, after listening to this, yes, again, the voice sounds much different, but the flow is like on point. It sounds exactly like it would out of Travis Scott's mouth, aka Kylie Jenner's butthole. And so I simply just tweeted, "This motherfucker biting Travis Scott so hard." And you might have noticed in the top left where I found this snippet on the Instagram story of a specific artist, Real TK Savage. I looked at their Instagram profile and I really couldn't find anything other than the fact that they were with Chase B, who is one of Travis Scott's good friends and actually DJ on tour. So already you kind of see that they might have somewhat of an affiliation, plus they tagged them in a lot of their photos, but I still don't see where Travis Scott is. So that's where the suspicion came from. But thankfully, somebody in that rap group with Real TK Savage, actually I think it's his brother Keith Wonders, responded saying, "Look us up and you'll know." So then I asked like for more information. They gave me an article, and apparently that ad lib of Travis Scott was Travis Scott, so that's why it sounded so similar, in which they stated explicitly that's his actual ad lib for 1 second. Our manager is his manager. We actually met up with them and got a management deal, and since then we make a lot of stuff with them and for them, covered here too. So what I'm thinking already, before we get into the confirmation somewhat, is that maybe they're creating a reference track for Utopia or Travis Scott's album, or at least maybe a potential track that they could use, because Travis Scott and other artists probably receive hundreds of reference tracks and songs already pre-written that they can potentially use, but also not use and rewrite, do whatever they want with. And if they choose that song, then they'll get paid, the songwriters that is. And I checked out the article that they replied with underneath my tweet, and their story does check out with the Dallas Observer, in which Keith Wonder and TK Savage, they go under the Wonder Gang label, originally pitched Ice Cola to Houston singer Don Toliver, who is signed to Cactus Jack. After getting in touch with the representative from Travis Scott's Cactus Jack label, fast forward, Ice Cola didn't end up making the final track list for Don Toliver's 2020 album Heaven or Hell, so Wonder Gang kept the song for themselves, later making it their proper debut single. So it looks like these two songwriters could be in the fleet of reference track creators for the Cactus Jack label of Don Toliver and likely Travis Scott as well, since they have a very similar sound. But hold up, TK Savage was pretty offended with my tweet and responded, "Imagine finding out that his manager is my manager and we actually working on this with him. Don't play yourself, boy." Don't get up in your panties too much, my guy. He didn't necessarily approve the song yet. Just because you copy and pasted, you know, a vocal ad lib in your Pro Tools, which I could do as well, doesn't mean that he's gonna sign off on it and put it on Utopia. It already looks like Don Toliver rejected your last song, Ice Cola, alright? But I will have to say, maybe I did come off a little harsh saying that you bit Travis Scott and whatnot, but let's be real. your flow did sound exactly like Travis Scott, and you knew what you were doing. So getting a little bit of, you know, backlash from some Travis Scott fans when you don't give any more information, you can't come at me negatively when you essentially wanted the press. What am I supposed to do? But like, oh, TK Savage with 2K followers is working with Travis Scott. That seems so believable. Be smart about this shit. Maybe tag Travis Scott. But again, I do apologize for coming off a little harsh. Don't play yourself though, my boy. And Virgo from the Bob Gang comes in hot saying, you acting like we supposed to know this shit. We just heard of you. Exactly. And then Keith Wonders comes in, the guy that we were talking about before. He shouldn't call an artist a clone and not expect backlash without doing his research. Honestly, bro, how was I supposed to fucking look up Dallas Observer? You have one article written on you, okay? Through my research, you have one song out, Ice Cola, which has 7,000 plays on Spotify, and you have 200 monthly listeners. Again, don't play yourself. You got potential. Don't get too big for your britches here. And that's about it for today. I mean, look out for this potential snippet on Utopia or one of Travis Scott's, maybe like Jack Boys 2 or something like that. Because this very well could be a reference track from what they were hinting at. And if that's the case, then it wouldn't necessarily be a bite because he is trying to sell a song with Travis Scott's flow. Like Travis Scott has to basically hear himself on the track, like if he could fit that sound. And so with that, it's your boy Bobbalam signing off. Looking forward to that PlayStation single for Pierreborn dropping tonight. Let me know in the comments what you thought about the whole altercation with the Travis Scott biter, who isn't necessarily a biter, but could just be a reference track writer. Make sure to like and subscribe and join the Bob Gang if you with it. Peace out, cutty people. Know what I'm saying?